Hello, thank you all. Thank you everybody for being here. It is wonderful to be here. First and foremost, let me say thank you. Thank you to all of you who are here. Thank you to our supporters across the state who have knocked on doors, made phone calls, reached out to their friends, their family members, and worked to make sure that this was such an incredible election in Wisconsin with such massive turnout. So thank you. Thank you especially to my family. It is wonderful to have you here. Thank you to my wonderful wife, Lindsay. Thank you to our boys, Simon and Henry, who hopefully are asleep. But thank you all for being here. I also want to thank my campaign team for putting together such an outstanding campaign. Thank you to all of you for the great work you've done. So we are still awaiting results, which seems to be a theme in these types of post-campaign events for our campaigns. But we want to make sure that every vote in this state is counted. We are still awaiting results coming in, and we are confident that the results will keep coming in over the night. What I can say is this. People have asked me over the last few weeks how I feel about the campaign and how things are going. And what I've said is that it's going to be close, but I'm upbeat. And what I can tell you right now is that it's going to be close, but I'm upbeat. I also want to thank our election workers who, under incredibly difficult circumstances, have done phenomenal work. We have safe, secure elections in the state of Wisconsin, and no matter what conspiracy theories or false statements have been thrown at our election officials, they have done the job and made sure that all of the votes are counted and that they reflect the will of the voters. So thank you to all of our outstanding election officials in Wisconsin. I have had the privilege of traveling across the state during this campaign, talking to people in big cities, in small towns, in rural, urban, suburban communities. And one of the things that has been so gratifying about this job is seeing the character, the decency, the work ethic of our fellow Wisconsinites in communities across this state. As your Attorney General, my top priority is and always will be public safety. And I am incredibly proud of the work that we have done over the last 4 years at the Department of Justice because of the hard work of the men and women who work day in and day out to make our communities safer and stronger in Wisconsin. We've worked to hold pharmaceutical companies accountable for their role in the opioid epidemic and helped to secure over $400 million. They're going to go to communities across the state of Wisconsin. We've worked to reform our sexual assault kit laws so that kits have to be submitted to the state crime labs, and we will never have another backlog of untested sexual assault kits in Wisconsin. We've worked to make our schools safer, including by launching a 24/7 tip line. We have worked to hold polluters accountable, to protect safe and clean water. We are also leading the fight in court to restore access to safe and legal abortion in Wisconsin. And we have stood up and we will continue to stand up for our democracy. Now, at the end of any contentious election, there is healing that needs to happen in a state, in the country. And this election is no different. There is healing to be done in this state. What is a little different is that we have seen the kinds of attacks on our democracy over the last several years that we have not seen in this country before. I mentioned before that I have been traveling all over this state, and what I can tell you is there is so much more that unites us as Wisconsinites and as Americans than divides us. Everybody in Wisconsin wants to live in a safe community. Everybody wants their family to have access to safe and clean drinking water. Everybody wants to ensure that they have access to affordable health insurance coverage. And across this state, people believe deeply in our democracy and in maintaining the system of government that has made the United States the world's greatest democracy. We need to come together as a state not only to heal from this election, but to heal our democracy, to reinvest in what has made this country so incredibly successful and so great, by respecting the work that our hardworking election officials do, by respecting the will of the voters, no matter how this election ultimately comes out. By doing that, we can unite this state, we can unite this country, and we can move forward more successfully together on behalf of this democracy as a people in the state of Wisconsin. So thank you all for being here. We look forward to continuing to see these votes as they come in. And again, thank you to everybody for everything you're doing. Thank you.